now the literal number one guy in town at his job. Is George Paton the best GM in Denver sports?
Oh, you're ready to go there already.
I think so.
Now, George has been here 5 years now, going on 5. I want to be clear, right? 5.
Yeah. Yes.
2022 was 23. 22 was his first year. I want to say.
Wait, who? George Paton? No. Because he was here in 2020 when you were making your exit, right?
No. 2020, he wasn't there yet. So maybe it was 21.
Okay, yeah. I think it's the 2021 season, I want to say.
Okay. So he's been here for some time.
Yeah, he has.
And you're asking if he's the number one general manager here in Colorado, here in Denver. The answer to me is no, not yet. Not yet.
Really?
Yes. And here's why. One, Chris Macfarland, all right, has done a really good job here as the general manager and making some moves. All right, although I'm not going to give Chris the opportunity to say that he was the one to win the cup because he was not.
He was not.
Sakic.
Yep.
But also, Chris has been in the playoffs every single year he's been the general manager. He has made some pretty good moves. Now, yes, he's been out of the first and second round way too many times, but also he's there all the time. Also, he's made some good decisions with some of these players. Now, the Miko one, we're going to see how that ends up playing out later on, but he's trying. He's being aggressive. With George has had some really good hits and some really messy misses. And, when it comes to drafting, he's done a pretty good job. When it comes to free agency and picking up talent, he has not done a good job doing that. And that's where someone like Sean comes into play. Does he have an opportunity? George needs to continue to win. If he can get back to the playoffs again, Zach, I can sit here and say, yeah, he's the best to do it here as general manager here in Colorado right now. But he's only been to one playoff appearance, and he's been with the team for multiple years.
Yeah.
You have to continue to do that. You have to continue to build on this team, continue to pick the right players, bring in the right players, free agency, and then I can crown you that. That's my take on it.
Well, there's a reason why I wanted to ask the question, because I think that there can be more than one correct answer. I think right now he would be my number one.
Would he?
I think so, and some of it is a forecast of what I expect the team to be here moving forward. But like so we had a question here in our notes. What are George Paton's 5 best draft picks in order?
Yeah, in order. Who you got?
So I have mine, but they're like really good. I mean, like.
But this is the thing. Who are his, and who are the ones that mix with Sean?
So I'm glad that you said that, because I did not count Bo Nix on his resume.
Okay.
I did not count Bo Nix. I counted. This is my interpretation of George Paton's 5 best draft picks, and I think that I give him credit for all of them. It's Pat Surtain, number 1. You drafted a future Hall of Fame caliber corner.
He hit on that one.
He's already won Defensive Player of the Year.
He hit on that one.
Okay. Nick Bonito was the last pick of the second round, and he just finished 3rd in sacks following an 8-sack season. He is just such an ascending player.
Now you're going in order because you put Nick Bonito number 2?
I did.
Shame on you.
When you're and I'm just obeying my eyes, and I know it's still you'll say, hey, he's done it one time.
Those eyes need to be checked.
I'm looking at the ascension of 1.5 sacks his rookie year, and I think maybe 1 start, jumps up to 8 his second year. That is nothing to shake a stick at. There's a couple 8-sack seasons in Von Miller's prime.
For sure. Like don't get me wrong. Nick Bonito is doing a great job, and every year he is getting better.
And then to jump from 8 to 13.5, be 3rd in the NFL at that position, edge rusher specifically.
He didn't start at the beginning of the year. Let me help you out.
Thank you. That's great context. That's great, because Baron Browning.
Yes.
At the start of the year. So I'm glad you said that. And then I have his 3rd best pick as another All-Pro in Quinn Miners on the offensive line.
Yeah, I would have put Quinn number 2, Big Q number 2. But
okay. And then I have Jonathan Cooper, a double-digit sack artist that you found in the 7th round and took a chance on with a heart issue. He's already signed a second contract with the team. And then my 5th was a 7th-round wide receiver who just finished 2nd in yards and catches of any of the 147th-round wide receivers that were selected since the year 2000. It's Devon Canton, Vele
I love it.
is number 5 for me.
I love it. It was very creative. I could tell you were thinking Vele, and I feel like we all can agree that was a George pickup.
Yes.
Stephon Vele was a George pickup.
I think all these guys are. I think all of them are.
You're right.
PS2, Benito, Miners, Cooper, Vele.
All of them are.
Yep.
All of them are. I can agree with you on that. I'm surprised you didn't go Riley Moss.
I just don't know enough yet. I know more about Benito than I do Moss.
And so why not Marvin Mims? Why not Marvin Mims?
Because I'm reacting to, like in Benito's case, I'm reacting to a 3-year ascension. In Mims's case,
But
I'm
he's
reacting.
an all-pro in punt return, kick return.
That's true. That's
you
true.
know, I asked
That's
that
fair.
because
That's fair.
I didn't have Marvin Mims on my list, but the reason was because I don't know if Sean helped George with that pick.
Okay.
Because Marvin Mims was part of the Sean Payton, and Sean talked a lot about Marvin Mims, and George and Sean collaborated.
Yep. And I think they moved up for Mims, didn't they?
Moved up for Mims.
Yes.
And that's why I was like, okay, was that all George, or was that both George and Sean working together on that pick? When I'm looking at this general manager, I'm looking at George as just him specifically, like, what have you done? And who have you chose to be your top guys when you draft that nobody else has any say on? And that was before Sean got there.
Right.
And that's what I was thinking of. And that's why I had PS2, Big Q, Quinn Miners, Nick Benito, Jonathan Cooper, and then Riley Moss.
Okay,
Riley was part of that.
See, but this is a testament to George that we're not arguing, but like debating and examining, like, should another George pick be on this list? Does it make the 5? Like there was
I like the Vele one.
There was some of those Elway years, where it was like the best picks where everyone was going to agree because there wasn't a lot of them. And this time around the sun with George Paton, he has done just a really good job drafting, and I think he's the number 1 general manager in Denver right now. It certainly isn't the Nuggets general manager because we don't have one yet.
Who is that?
Macfarland.
Who is that? Is that you, Zach?
Are
you picking in the draft
Not
for
yet.
us?
Not yet. And then, with Chris Macfarland still gathering that information, although I am super bullish on Chris Macfarland, and we can talk about why when we circle back to this a little bit later. And then it wouldn't be Bill Schmidt from the Colorado Rockies.
No.
So some of this stuff is by default. So he's either 1 or 2.
He's 2 to me because it's all about winning still. George needs to win more. At least Chris Macfarland's winning. He's winning. He's in the playoffs every single year. He's going to be because of his team.
Yeah.
For George, can you get there again? You should this year. We all know that. Can this be a consistent thing with you being the general manager? And then I'm willing to give you the crown.
All right. You want to react to that conversation? RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. Why was John Gruden